Welcome back to the Wednesday Night War, guys. And so NXT, we are setting up for War Games, and I think NXT did an excellent job setting up for War Games. Even though the War Games matches be not the matches, but I'll get to what's predictable for me. And then AEW is setting up for their December 2nd episode in a great way. So both shows delivered, and to me, this is one of the hardest to decide who won. So I'm curious to see what you're going to say. But let's get into this one because we got first up going one away. Well, they gave us a little video package, a recap of the Finn Balor Pat McAfee thing and how it's going to be Undisputed Era taking on Pat McAfee's team in the War Games match. So we first get Candace Larae with Indy Hartwell, who, by the way, Indy Hartwell's out there looking good, wasn't she?
Yeah, I've been saying that, but you know.
No, here's the thing. I say this all the time. Candace LeRae is sexy as shit, not in her wrestling gear.
Mm-hmm.
Her wrestling gear is like, oh, she's cute. You know what I'm saying? Or she's like, whatever. Like she's like, oh, she's the wrestler.
There's no lollipops on it.
Yeah, and it's kind of like when it comes to Indy Hartwell's wrestling gear, I'm just like, it's all right. But when they like, it's okay. Remember the song, you don't know my name by Alicia Keys, and she, most stuff coming every Wednesday and stuff. And she said, I look different outside of my work, my clothes.
Yeah.
That's what it's like when they take their work clothes off and they actually like dress to be, casual. They sexy as hell. And Indy Hart was like, my God. Okay, so
that's probably why Shotzi. I don't know.
Yo, bruh, Shotzi in the factory working. Hey, let me slow down. First off, is Indy Hartwell like Hispanic?
Honestly, I don't know.
I don't know, but she got a little tan to her. I like it. So, Ember Moon and Candace LeRae, of course, have a dope matchup. Ember Moon goes and dives through the ropes on Candace LeRae, brings her in there. Indy Hartwell tries to cause a distraction. And while everyone's setting up for the Eclipse. So she hits Indy Hartwell with the Eclipse, and then Candace LeRae hits her with a super kick, laser out, then hits her with the curve style. Which curve style do you like better, Seth Rollins or the way Candace does it?
Of course, Rollins.
Yeah. So it hits Ember Moon. Ember Moon sold it like a champ, and she gets pinned. So good matchup by these two as Candace LeRae wins. So then Dakota Kai and Raquel Gonzalez come down to Ember Moon, and then they start trying to beat her up, but then she retreats and is on the ramp. This Tony Storm's music come. I'm like, okay, so we're going to level the playing field. But then Tony Storm attacks Ember Moon. Heel turn for Tony Storm, tosses her into the steel steps, and then tosses her into the ring, and then she gets a face wash by Dakota Kai and gets a one-arm powerbomb by Raquel Gonzalez. They just jump Ember Moon, and now Tony Storm apparently has joined forces with them, which I thought it was going to be Indy Hartwell, but it looks like Tony Storm's going to take the place. And
she's probably not ready yet. That's probably why they did that.
Oh, that's probably why. But
I love they got somebody in their second. Nah, whatever. Yeah.
Look, I love the heel turn. What about you?
I don't know where this is going. Is it because I don't know who? They already have enough as it is.
Well, enough women or enough heels?
Heels, because they already had the perfect. I thought they already had the perfect team before on 4, but I guess not.
Well, apparently we predicted the teams, but apparently the teams aren't even made yet for Shotzi yet, even though we know who's going to join them.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm saying, but the teams weren't even established yet, so we figured out what the teams are going to be tonight. With that being said, we get a shot of Undisputed Era arriving at the arena, and they're going to be out next when the commercial comes back. Legado del Fantasma are showing the room and talking about how they elevated the Cruiserweight Championship, and then they have eliminated everybody from Jake Atlas to Isaiah Swerve Scott. So their name has been mentioned. So So they asked Escobar who's next, and then he mentioned somebody named Kurt Stallion. I don't know who that is.
Nobody does.
Okay, so Undisputed Era comes down to the ring, and now they're talking about, they don't look dead to them. So I don't know what Pat McAfee and them was talking about. So, but tonight is going to be a ladder match, and they got to choose who's going to go up against Pete Dunne to win leverage in the War Games match. And Kyle O'Reilly steps up and says that it has to be me. You saw what happened at Halloween Havoc. He said it has to be me. And so,
because it was in Friday, so they had that little quote unquote rematch. You know how they like to do callbacks.
That you're right. And then he said he said he ain't got no problem with that. Nobody else got no problem with that. So they hype up Kyle O'Reilly, and then Candace Larae, Dakota Kai, and because I was talking to Tony Storm backstage, and they announced their team at for War Games. Your Thatch Can't School of Wrestling is on. And we got Timothy Thatch taking on Kushida next. So we got Timothy Thatch taking on Kushida. I thought the match was kind of dope. Did you enjoy the match?
It was interesting. It was interesting. I'm still shocked on why they pushing Kushida, but okay.
But yeah, Ciampa comes down and stands in distract stature, and Kushida hits the hoverboard lock on Timothy Thatcher, and he submits. Now, for somebody who has a submission wrestling school, I don't know if I like him tapping out, to be honest with you.
Well, I mean, technically, he shouldn't even been fighting him because he's getting the push, and then he's losing to the person getting the push when he's supposed to be fighting Trump. It's all weird. It's all weird.
Yeah, but it's not a clean victory, so stuff like that. So, Ciampa and Kushida stare at each other down. Ciampa looks to the camera and says, "Maybe he has a problem with me now." And that's just saying that he has no problem with Ciampa, but now he's trying to get him to have a problem with him. I'm like, okay, sure thing. So, and also, since I forgot to say, Kevin Owens is on commentary this whole night. So, I know he did pretty well.
Where they got that idea from?
Say what?
I wonder where they got that idea from.
Oh, I guess not. So, I'm
saying, wonder where they got it from, because, a certain Y2J is on commentaries, but
Oh, yeah. Having a different wrestler on commentary, which was pretty good. He was pretty dope on it. I thought he was kind of cool. They're gonna set up for a Kevin Owens show later. So the Kevin Owens show is here, special edition of it, and he brings out Leon Ruff. So he talks about, yeah. So he said he wanted to spread the message of his story and talk about Leon Ruff and how it is to be a champion. He's very, very proud of him and stuff like that. But then here comes Giant Gargano, and Gargano's pissed. And he
must have said his name. Yeah, I remember that he was saying his name. It was like, you don't say the person's name.
No, he was saying that when it comes to Damian Priest.
Okay.
Yeah, so Gargano comes out, and he's pissed, and he's embarrassing, and then he said, that North American Championship is mine. It deserves to be mine. And then Owens says, "Hey, hold on real quick. Do you want a chair?" And he said, "I'll bring you with a chair." And he said, I don't want your chair. So Gargano tosses the chair out, and then he gets one more chair. He says, "Who's that for?" He said, "Well, don't worry about it." And then he says, "Look, I don't care about you. I don't care about Damian Priest." He said, Come on. Now, you know what happens when you say somebody's name. They got to come out in 3, 2, 1. At first, he didn't come out. And then after another time, he finally came out. He said, "Oh, wow, things must have really changed in NXT." But,
so, why hasn't he learned that lesson yet, then? Because he does that still. KO.
Learn what lesson about people coming out when you say the name?
Yeah.
Well, he did.
Is it just because he's a face now? Because when he do that all the time, and didn't come out.
Well, because Kevin Owens has a lot of leeway to say what he wants to say on NXT opposed to WWE television.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, so Vince is not going to let that shit slide. Triple H, sure, why not? And then Dan Priest comes down and talks about, Gargano losing. And he said, now, you was being all high and mighty last week. It slapped me. But he said, I never got a rematch for my title, neither. So, Regal comes out And I like how he offers KO offers Dave Priest a chair, and he was just like, I don't even know why they keep giving me all these chairs in the first place. So we get a triple threat match for the North American Championship, which we called anyway, between Gargano, Priest, and Leon Ruff, which I think should be entertaining. I think that's going to be the match that. Well, no, I think the War Games match is going to kick it off. I think the War Games is going to kick the show off. But we get Cameron Grimes taking on Jake Atlas. So the match is necessarily kind of short. Cameron Grimes his flipping God, what's that thing called? Spanish Fly. Yeah, his Spanish Fly, and then hits the cave in on Atlas, which is a damn good cave in. I ain't gonna lie. Hits the cave in on Atlas and pins him, and then Cameron Grimes sees Dexter Lumis come out, and he has something in his hand. And he doesn't make it out what it is, and then he has like the drawings, his drawing on the Titantron showing about Cameron Grimes. He's always running, and he showed him highlights of him running from the haunted house and running from the truck and just running. So now Dexter Lumis pulls out a strap and throws at Cameron Grimes, and Cameron Grimes like, "Do you want a strap match with me? Ain't gonna happen." So he tosses the strap back, but Commissioner Regal says in the back that he will be going 1-on-1 with Dexter Lumis in a strap match at TakeOver War Games, so he can't run anymore. So I thought that a strap match between them two should be kind of cool, shouldn't it?
Just like the blindfold was.
No, the blindfold. All blindfold matches suck. Okay, you can't see another. You gotta try to sell a gimmick, but the strap match.
Is this the regular one, or is this the one where you gotta touch every?
You know what?
Every corner.
Now I don't know, because the strap match seems like it's a regular pin, but the Texas bull rope seems like you gotta touch every corner. So I think the touch every corner thing is stupid. Because
especially when they do it the same way every time.
Yeah, that same spot when one person touches it, the other person touches it behind them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I hate that spot, bro. I hate it. So as we get back, Rhea Ripley's in the ring, and she talked about some. She puts EO over someone. She's one of the toughest women she ever stepped in the ring against. But then, the new Larray team comes out, and they have they have EO just dead over Raquel Gonzalez's shoulder. I'm like, damn, man, just like killed her in the back. And they drop her down, and then they go all attack Rhea Ripley. Rhea Ripley tries to fight them all in a very creative way, but then the numbers gain up on her.
You know, honestly,
yeah.
Honestly, if anybody, that's the person that you wouldn't want to mess with, but you know.
Who, Rhea or Io?
Rhea.
Yeah.
I mean, Io too, but Rhea definitely you wouldn't. Why would you want to do that?
Well, they do beat her down, and like I said, they beat down Io and they beat down Ember Moon already. So we already know where this is going. Io, Rhea, and Ember Moon are going to be in the War Games match. So Io was already in the War Games match before. Rhea was already in the War Games match before. Shotzi Blackheart and Ember Moon are new to the War Games match.
Mm-hmm.
So
is
Tony Storm.
Dakota. Well, now my Dakota didn't even. She was in it, but she ain't like. She wasn't in it like that. Yeah.
She was in it. Candace was in one, and I think Tony Storm and Raquel Gonzalez is all new to it. So 4 new women in that one. So back after commercial, we get back with Boa and Xia Li arrive in the strange compound. They look like they haven't eaten or showered in weeks. Like they got kidnapped. And say what? Don't do that. And then they get taken out, and she's like they're crying, doing some actually. I'm like, what the hell's going on? And they drop to their knees in front of this mysterious figure. And they keep apologizing. So we will win next time. We will win. I was like, what is going on? And the old man stops them and marks their hands. And I don't know what the mark means, but the video ends right there.
So who do you think it is?
I don't know, but I'm actually into it. I mean, because what you say?
I said I don't even know who I think it is. I don't know.
Neither do I, but I was like, but if this helps Xia Li start winning some magic, because remember Xia Li came in there and was just losing. She was just like, all right, there. And they kept building her up as the first Chinese woman wrestler, because all of them come from Japan. So yeah, but she's Chinese, and I'm like, okay, I'm curious to see where this thing is going to go, because it's actually giving me that dark martial arts type movie kind of stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Shredder and the Foot Clan.
That's wrong. Yeah.
That's what it looked like. Don't look like when he was in the back talking to the dude and Shredder had Shredder tied up.
Yeah. Ever Rise is getting ready for a matchup, but then they get attacked by the grizzled young vets who are back.
Oh, okay. Back from UK. Okay,
yeah.
Cool.
And then now the main event. Kyle O'Reilly taking on Pete Dunne to determine which team had the advantage in War Games in the ladder match. Was the ladder match good? Absolutely. The question is, why do they keep doing these kind of matches? Because War Games all the time, the heels always get the advantage. They always do.
Yeah, but they had the advantage the last 3 matches. That's why they had the last 3. That's why they wanted to make it a big point to say that they were unbeaten in these qualifying things.
Yeah, I mean, you are right, but Undisputed Era is going as the faces though. So
yes, I know. That's why they made a big deal out of it. So when they lost, it was like, oh my goodness.
Yeah, you're right. But the ladder match was dope. These guys took. First of all, Pete Dunne is in some tremendous shape now. He shred all the fat and just kept all the lean.
Yeah, you can't say that he's Kyle is not main event worthy. He is.
Oh yeah, he definitely is. He definitely is. As they took some hard bumps here. They have the ladder bridge set up from the ring to the apron. Say what?
You said some. You said they took some. So almost all.
You're right. All the bumps. Kyle O'Reilly was working on Pete Dunne's leg here. Pete Dunne suplexes Kyle O'Reilly from inside the ring through the ladder that's bridged onto the apron into from the ring. I was like, oh my god, that looked like it sucked for both men right there. They go back into the ring later on in the matchup. Kyle O'Reilly gets knocked down by Pete Dunne, and then Kyle O'Reilly tips the ladder back to another ladder that's leaning over in the corner, and Pete Dunne takes all that right to his back. That looked like that shit sucked. I like the sequence when Kyle O'Reilly's on top of the ladder and he gives Pete Dunne an arm breaker. As he reaches for the suitcase, Pete Dunne does his little finger thing and snaps the fingers. I thought that was a great way of doing that. They have an Indy moment of the first of all, Kyle O'Reilly doing the Dean Ambrose slingshot bothers me. First of all, I don't know why I like Ambrose's better. And I don't like how Kyle O'Reilly does it from the bottom rope also. How do you like it? If you like it.
It's, I didn't really like it in the first place.
Say what?
I didn't really like it in the first place.
Okay. Yeah, I can understand. I did the slingshot. I mean, sometimes like Ambrose can make it look pretty. Like it really looks like he just like ricochets back to you, but some people just don't make it look that good. I'm sorry. So, as O'Reilly's climbing the ladder, a masked hooded guy comes out and is wearing a mask. And I don't know if it was Pat McAfee or not, but it probably was. But people say it was a little bit shorter than Pat McAfee, so they don't know. Pushes Kyle O'Reilly over. He falls over the over the ropes, took a hard bump. And Pete Dunne comes in there and gets the briefcase. And the rest of the Undisputed Era are outraged. And they come out there to check on Kyle O'Reilly as Pete Dunne, Oney Lorcan, Birch celebrate top of the ramp. So it could have been Pat Riley. Pat McAfee, excuse me. Not Pat Riley.
I don't think so.
So yeah, I don't know. But I kind of knew Pete Dunne was going to win that matchup. We have here, now trying to go over to AEW Dynamite. And your boy Jim Ross, Tony Schiavone, and Excalibur are on commentary for this evening. I missed the opening matchup. Hangman Page taking on John Cena from the Dark Order. They keep asking the question, is Page going to join the Dark Order? Which I hope he doesn't. But who won the matchup?
Page won, but he got like beat up for like 10 minutes.
By the Dark Order?
Yes. John Silver. Yep.
Oh my God! I did not expect that to happen. So Alex Marvin races backstage with Kenny Omega, and he got a lot of time to reflect ever since the uneventful week. Come to the conclusion that more things have changed, more things stay the same. So he's basically talking about, it's suddenly the return of the cleaner, and say there's gonna be no tables, chairs, thumbtacks, or anything when it comes to the match between him and Moxley. Just going to just go out there and outside the contract show who the best wrestler is. Powerhouse Hobbs, which is his new name now because he joined team.
Huh? Why not just Hobbs? Why not just Hobbs?
Because because it's AEW, everybody got a nickname. Everybody has a nickname. Everybody, you know it. Everybody has a nickname, so that's AEW for you. Powerhouse Hobbs with Taz takes on Lee Johnson. Lee Johnson, jobber. Hobbs has the Taz singlet on. It almost looks like. So,
yeah, almost. Yeah.
Right. So Taz is getting behind Powerhouse Hobbs. Well, he basically just beats the shit out of this guy and gives him a very athletic world's strongest slam. I was like, okay, so that's your
finisher.
Your finisher, yeah. So he said Powerhouse Hobbs being an example of the Nightmare Family, and then taps to the microphone and says he carries the FTW champion, Brian Cage does, to the ring, and but he said, I want you to go celebrate while I go handle this. And then he says the company's been disrespecting the FTW title, and he's not been recognized, and he's not leaving the ring until somebody from management comes out here and takes the title and make it mean something in this company.
And of course,
yeah. Well, before Cody comes down, the mic cuts off, and then Taz asks for another microphone, and he said, "Hey, Keith Mitchell, Tony Khan, you shut off this mic again. I'll go over to your announcer's table, and this is my first rodeo." And then Taz's mic cuts off again. Cody Rhodes comes out, and he said, "I'm coming out here out of total respect because you're wasting time." he says, "Next week, we can leave it here in the ring because next week it's Ricky Starks and your new guy, Powerhouse Hobbs, against Darby Allin and Cody." And he says, "Is that good enough? You happy with that?" And Taz plays, "I'm out here for a reason. Next week, the same thing's going to happen. I need one of your match people to take the FTW championship and give it the respect it deserves." Cody said, "Okay, someone from management is here. And here's what you're saying." And then he said, "How about this? You want me to take it and run up a flagpole?" I was like, "Oh, here he go." And then so Cody gets real personal with Taz and says, Cody says, you got a son that's in wrestling, right? Well, tell me why your son wants to train with me instead of you. Honestly, I ain't know Taz had a son, but
I didn't know Taz was a trainer either.
Taz
why
was
would
what?
he train with somebody that's not a trainer?
You remember Taz was Tough Enough?
Yeah.
Yeah. So as Cody turns around, Taz puts the Kata Hajime. Remember, I ain't heard that in a while. No, the Taz mission on Cody. So seeing Taz get physical was actually kind of cool, also.
Yeah, I was in the middle of recording when that came on.
Yeah, and
I'm gonna have to grab it from somewhere. My face when I see him in the thing, I was like, seriously, Taz of all people. I gotta go find it.
Wait, you wasn't happy with the Kata Hajime?
Because why is 70-year-old putting Cody in the? I was like, oh, okay, because he couldn't just fight out of it, right? This man could beat Lance Archer and Cage and all them, but Taz is too much for him.
You're right, because you know who else is too much? Top Flight went up against the Highbird 2, Jack Evans and Helico, which I love me Top Flight also. Evans is a back elbow on Dante, hits Helico, and they get some more offense in. Helico applies a leg lock on Dante, forcing him to tap out. And then TH2 continues to beat down, but then the Young Bucks come in to save Top Flight. So that's pretty much what it was. Nyla Rose, Vicky Guerrero backstage, and then Vicky accused Brandy Rose of nepotism. Brandy Rose, it looks like your business plan is set up for failure, so if you need any advice, call me, said Vicky. The match they was building up to since...
Whoever in charge of the women needs that.
What you say?
Whoever's in charge of the women needs that.
I guess. SCU finally get to see Daniels and Frankie Kazarian back together, taking on Chris Jericho and Jake Hager from the Inner Circle. Didn't see... I missed this match also. What happened during this match?
They lost.
Who's they?
SCU.
Oh, man.
Come on now. Jake Hagar. Yeah, I thought it was funny after he sucker punched MJF. I thought it was funny because the way he did it.
Uh-huh.
It's like he got in, he was like, "Hey, what's up?" Boom, and then just ran. Then they could have promo after it.
Well then I know Kazarian ducked a hit, punched MJF in the face. And then Scorpio Sky's still there with SCU. It runs it runs with a steel chair and runs off, fights off the Inner Circle. Kip Sabian and the Best Man debut the video game extravaganza segment. Well, try to before they get started. Orange Cassidy walks in and turn off their projector, and then Kip and Myro and Kip chase Orange Cassidy outside, but best friends are there to beat them up, and it was basically a trap for them. So obviously it's going to be something.
Yeah, because they did get them last week after they won. So.
Yeah. All right. So it's time for the contract signing, and we see Kenny Omega get the whole entrance with the girls that did dancing with the broom, and you see his silhouette in the lights and everything that are behind the sheet, and then Moxley comes out and attacks him behind. And you see the silhouette of Moxley beating him up and tosses Kenny Omega outside to the ramp, throws him over the table where they're about to sign a contract, and puts his title down and gives him the paradigm shift on the championship. And then Moxley grabs the microphone. The only way you're going to become AEW World Champion is you dig down deep into your gut and find a Kenny Omega that everybody thinks you are. You're going to have to climb a mountain nobody's ever been climbing in 18 months. You got to beat me. On December 2nd, it'll be the biggest match in AEW Dynamite history on TNT. The two best wrestlers on the planet will go for this championship. Win, lose, draw, the winner is coming for you, Kenny. And he said, you best not miss, because I don't take prisoners. Steady your hand, aim, and take your shot. This shit was awesome, because it was a shot at Kenny Omega doing the gun thing and everything like that. He said, you better not miss. So this thing is going to really, really be dope. What'd you think of the contract signing?
Yeah, I like the way they did it. It was different, and it was good. It's a Moxley way of doing things. I see.
I enjoyed the attacking. I enjoyed the Kenny Omega doing the whole, with the entrance and the Moxley attacking him and doing all that stuff like that. So this is going to be a big time match next week. I'll make sure we back on camera for that one.
I'll make sure I'll be in the front row too.
Are you going?
Yeah, I couldn't miss it.
Oh man, I forgot you could get. It's right down there in Florida. I keep forgetting it's down there.
I was gonna go last week. I was like, nah, I'd rather go this week. So, oh yeah.
Yo, bring your match, take pictures. You can send me some pictures.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, because I know that match is gonna be awesome. We get Shida taking on Hikaru Shida There we go. Taking on the Queen Slayer, Anna Jay. From the Dark Order. Dark Order's up there watching Anna Jay's match. She did all right, but Anna Jay gets hit with the knees by Kushida, and she gets pinned. So
you know what? Honestly, why not?
Yeah, well,
why not change it?
Yeah, I'm about to say I don't think Anna Jay need to win a championship right now.
No, I would. I mean, why not? They're not doing nothing.
Well, because they got this new Rosemary person.
Okay, what they gonna put her on TV? She win it, and then they gonna take her off and put her in the crowd every week, like they do with all the champs.
Look, I couldn't tell you, man. I couldn't tell you.
That's why I say might as well just change it. I mean,
I don't want
to.
I'm saying Anna Jay ain't ready yet.
Okay. Well, at least she's on the show. When you finally have your champion on the show, when they's there every week.
I'm about to say, if that's the case, you might as well put it on Big Swole.
Who cares? Change it. I don't care.
I mean,
at least make it change it as in like we. I don't know.
Well,
what's the point of having somebody hold it if you just gonna put them in the crowd every week and tell them to smile?
That is their fault for not being able to book a good women's division. They're still trying to work that whole thing out. So
she fought Swole and I would have gave it to either one of them just to do something. Say here, do something with this.
Abandona's music starts and then she crawls out to get the title. Main event time: Butcher and the Blade, Eddie Kingston and the Bunny on commentary, taking on Ray Phoenix and Pac. And
I thought that was weird. But
yeah,
I guess they want to do the Lucha Bros and them yet.
So, the matchup was cool as it was going to be. We have Pac and Phoenix, do like a combination of the super kick trip to the Blade, and but Eddie Kingston sees is going haywire, and then before that happens, Phoenix goes on top, and then Kingston sweeps his legs underneath him, and he goes crashing to the mat. And then the Blade hit that double team finish, like the neck breaker powerbomb thing, and pin Phoenix. So afterwards, Eddie Kingston comes down, and they start beating up Pac. Eddie Kingston gets not one, but not, I think it was 3 DDTs on the steel chair.
I think it was.
Yeah, on Pac, and but then here comes Lance Archer comes out and starts coming out there and clearing house. It looked like Jake Roberts about to come in there and say, "Let me show you how to do a real DDT," but he didn't. Thank God.
He'll never get back up.
Yeah. So, and there you have it. That was AEW Dynamite this week. My personal opinion, NXT won it for me. NXT hands down won it for me this week. I didn't think this was the best episode of Dynamite. Everything was just like, for Dynamite to me, where I think they was really building up. The best thing on Dynamite was the contract signing with Kenny Omega and Moxley.
Yeah.
That was the best thing, hands down, on Dynamite. So, but next week, we got, it's going to be.
Yeah, we got to go home and we got a big show, so we'll see.
Yeah, so it's going to be some good competition next week.